Creating queries with CDS may seem intimidating at first, but it's actually very straightforward and useful if you'd like Healthquest to notify you about certain things about your patients. Today, we'll create a query for patients due for Pap tests. Click the New button to complete the initial steps to creating a new query, including naming it, setting its priority, and setting whether you want notifications to appear on your chart notes or on your appointments, or both. You can also set who receives notifications from the query. Now that that's done, we need to set the query parameters so the query knows what kind of patients to look for. Select the query from the list and click the Edit Query button. To add a new parameter, click New Line. We want the query to find female patients between the ages of 21 and 69, and gender and age demographics are in the client card, so we select Clients from the Select a Table to Query window. As you can see, the bottom of the window fills with all the information that you can query from the Client module. If we had chosen a different area, there would be different information to query. For instance, if we had chosen Invoices, we could choose to query whether or not a patient has had an unpaid invoice. But today, we're creating a Pap test query, and we want the query to find women between 21 and 69 years old, so we'll fill the age fields and select Female under Gender. Click Save Line, and as you can see, the description automatically fills. But we don't want the query to only find women in that age range. We want it to find, within that population, the women who haven't had a Pap test in a while. So we'll add another line to the query. Click New Line. In the pop-up, we'll choose Chart Notes this time, because the information on whether or not a patient has had a Pap test in the last 3 years is stored in a patient's ASAP chart note. Select ASAP under Chart Type. As you can see, you can select visit dates and certain chart fields to query, but we're going to query the date of the last Pap test, which is under Other Date. Check Other Date, select Pap Date from the drop-down, select Over 3 years ago, and check Or is blank, because it means that a patient hasn't had a Pap test yet. We want Healthquest to look within the population of women over 21 and under 69 for those who haven't had the test. And the way we tell Healthquest to look within the first population is to add this next line as a second level parameter. That tells Healthquest to look first for female clients over 21 and under 69, and then from that group of clients, look for those who haven't had the test for a while. Save the line. But we're not quite done yet. We can make our query even more precise. Some women who are due for a Pap test might not have an ASAP chart note made for them. We can ask the query to look for them by asking it to find patients who received a Pap smear lab result more than 3 years ago. Click New Line. We'll look in the lab results for a result date over 3 years ago. The type of result is a Pap smear, and we want to look at the date of the last result only. Now, this line is also going to be a second level request, because we want Healthquest to look for women between 21 and 69 with those lab results. However, we only want Healthquest to search for women with lab results of a Pap test more than 3 years ago if it can't find anything in their ASAP chart note. We want to tell Healthquest to look either in the ASAP chart note or in lab results, but not in both. So we'll select Or from the radio button operators above. Hit Save Line and the query is done. You can test it by running it as a report or checking through the patients that should be due for Pap tests. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to explore the help page or email or call support.